Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the old world. I hope you're all doing well, and today we're back with the Bretonnia vs. Beastmen showdown. It's going to be a live match with the Fey Enchantress and the Green Knight trying to take it most likely to Taurox. That would probably be my guess. Granted, Morker would actually be kind of tough for my build because he's very resistant to magic, and of course Green Knight does magic damage, and so too does the Fey Enchantress, so we'd have to kind of bring him down the old-fashioned way. Now, as far as the army goes, Battle Pilgrim front line, Peasant Archers to shoot Minotaurs and Spawn and Centaurs, all those really juicy lightly armored targets that the Beastmen do have. And Knights of the Realm, which are just like the cure-all. They're like the WD-40. They fix everything. So you just ride these guys into the Beastmen threats, and they typically do pretty well for themselves. So that is it. Let's have some fun, see how this battle goes. Bounce power not looking too bad considering the matchup. Let's go ahead and square up our force to our opponent here. We can see the dreaded Beastmen herd on the other side. Ooh, a Minotaur with great weapon build. I love it. So a Bray Shaman, Morker the Shadowgave. Gonna be probably the hardest aspect of the build to face. Now, the Minotaurs here are obviously backed up by Ungor Spears in the front, so there's going to be some chaff kind of chilling in the shadows. So basically, we just need to make sure to get our Knights of the Realm, not like the ones receiving the charge from the Minotaurs, but the ones delivering the counter charge. Now, as far as our front line goes, yeah, Battle Pilgrims will wipe the floor with some of these other tools, and we can kind of tease a little bit of a charge here. Just push out and see how my opponent reacts to that threat. So we got Knights of the Realm all over the battlefield, ready to go. Get the Pilgrims in there. Pilgrims can kind of hang tight a little bit. Archers, not quite in range. We do have some Centaurs there, so we'll grab these two units, shoot these Centaurs, and you guys can go ahead and start shooting at those Minotaurs there, which will be going, and get the Bray Shaman in charge, keep Fey Enchantress back, Knights of the Realm doing their thing. Alright, so we can just keep those Knights of the Realm going for now. I think it's okay. Fey Enchantress hanging out. I'll go in there and see what we can do, although, yeah, we're going to pull back, and we did miss the charge there with those guys, which is a little bit unfortunate. Alright, let's go ahead and recharge there, pull the Fey Enchantress in, get all the archers now starting to shoot at the Minotaurs with great weapons, because they are a pretty substantial threat, get our calves squared up, and just kind of prepare for the onslaught that is to come. So Fey Enchantress could drop some heals now, perhaps. We'll drop some on this side of the battlefield, get the peasant mobs going up, and the Knights of the Realm in reserve, ready to go. And we can go ahead and take the charge here. I think we have ample support, and we should be in good shape. And the Manscores look like they're lurking in the back. Some of the cows have gotten through the front line, but that's what the Knights of the Realm and the Fey Enchantress are for. So this fight on the flank should be a pretty decisive victory for us. Let's get some spears, pull you guys back this way. And so far, so good. A little bit messy, but here comes the Manticore Goon Squad to go after the Fey Enchantress. We can drop the Chalice of Potions up there, and how did this fight go on the flank? Pretty decisive for sure. Let's grab our Knights, pull them back, and get the Archers to start shooting at the Minotaurs. We really need to focus those guys down. Fey Enchantress also getting slapped by the Manticore Goon Squad, which of course is to be expected. So let's do this. Favor the Fey, and see if we can get away. Alright, so we've been able to Tokyo drift away. Our cavalry have gotten back here, which is what we want. These guys can stay and fight. We'll just kind of pull these cav in and reroute them onto the Minotaurs. And the Green Knight can just kind of sit there and cackle in whatever language he likes to cackle in. So that should be fine. Alright, spears move in. We got the Beastmen in a blob, which is exactly where we want them. We have the Minotaurs up at the top, essentially fighting chaff units. And these archers should reroute here in a second. And let's go ahead and drop an Earthblood here. That'll heal up the Green Knight, as well as our Knights that are fighting in combat. These archers need to get away. And the Knights need to keep pursuing here. And these Knights on the top gonna space jam, slam dunk all over those cows. So those Minotaurs are going to be having a problem. Fey Enchantress is not actually bad in combat, so she can hunt some of them down. Let's pop a regrowth on those Knights of the Realm. And you can see the cows up on the top side of the battlefield have been sandwiched, and the Beastmen herd has been kind of herded into this blob here, which is good. All right, so keep it up. Peasant Archers, you guys need to pull back a little bit. Looking around the battlefield, we do have some loose threats in the backfield. So we have these Centaurs. Let's pull back those units, see what they can do. I think most of the cavalry units are committed to the heavy combat, the heavy fighting. Fey Enchantress is battling this Bray Shaman, which I'm surprised she's not able to defeat. Go ahead and get you guys doing your thing there. And it looks like the Pilgrims, archers come back and shoot. You guys go up here. Fey Enchantress maybe zip over there. It looks like that Chariot character is actually doing very well against us. So we're going to pull our cavalry back from that topside fight and see if they can help out and just kind of support the Fey Enchantress. Once they do get here, we will use the Earthblood to kind of stabilize that situation. All right, archers seems okay. Let's go ahead and reroute you guys a little bit. And now it's time for the fat Earthblood of the gods, or for the lady, or whatever you want to say for Bretonnia. Moving in. Feral Manticore still bumping and grinding. Knights of the Realm able to decisively win that fight. You can see they did very, very well for themselves. And of course the Green Knight there able to really, really just drop the base and do some serious damage. So that is going to be the first game. I'm playing a best of 3 versus Eltharian Shades here. That was our first scrap of the day. And I'll be including the other replays here in the series. That was the first one. So yeah, Green Knight was pretty cool. I mean, he just kind of sat there and tanked. Fey Enchantress did her part, but not like a crazy carry or anything. But Knights of the Realm were huge. 1,200, 1,000, 1,100. And like the archers, the whole strategy with this build is, yeah, my archers kind of got dumped on a little bit, but they put enough pressure on the Minos that the Minos or something has to push in the back line and jump on them. And then from there, the Knights of the Realm are kind of like the ambushers that move in and really do the heavy lifting. So Yeah, pretty fun build. The dreaded Minotaur Great Weapon build. It's very, very tight. Like, they're very squishy. So if, like, you don't have perfect execution with them, you can lose pretty quick because they only cost, they do cost 1,500 gold, which is like an arm and a leg, right? But well played. That's game one. We'll see you guys in game two in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now we're back with game two. It's going to be my Greenskins facing off against his Warriors of Chaos. We have decided to go with Azag up in the sky. I feel like he's, Old Faithful in this matchup. He kind of has fallen by the wayside a little bit. I've actually been seeing Greenskin players bring Grimgore in this matchup, which is pretty wild, but I do like Azag. He hits hard. As long as he doesn't go like fisticuffs with like a Shaggoth or a big monster, I find that he trades pretty effectively, and there's a little bit of a meta, actually. I wouldn't say like a meta, but some Chaos players are deciding to bring Chaos Knights in this matchup and try and use like Plague of Rust with Warp Chicken to stop your Black Orcs. So that's why I like the Fate of Buna. Even though it's a little bit expensive, it can do some work there. It's not what it used to be, but it certainly does its best. So ready, good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's do it to it. And here we got 977 against 682, which means he most likely has Chosen, which is good for me. Spirit Leeches, Bunas, all that sort of beautiful stuff. We have pretty good focus fire via our archers as well. So firstly, let's go take advantage of our skirmish cavalry and just kind of square up our army to meet our opponent. No need for us to really advance or anything like that. We can bring our Spider Riders as well. We got some Squig Hoppers in the back lines. And yeah, basically we just kind of move up and just shoot whatever we can. So a lot of Trolls, Chosen Halberds. This is actually a pretty cool build for my opponent here. It looks like he does also have Archaon the Ever-Chosen. So I could, it kind of puts me in a little bit of a pickle because do I want to start Spirit Leeching your boy Archaon? How do I want to play this, right? It's hard. So Greenskin Skirmishers usually do a little bit better in this situation. I think Archie is going to be a little bit of a pain for sure. So let's just kind of keep playing the skirmish game. Get our Spider Riders to come and perhaps do our business. Oh man, do I go after Archie? That's the question. It's a complicated play. He might be going in aggressively here. It's a little bit hard to tell. More horsemen moving in. Buna is certainly very, very tempting versus the Chosen. Because, I mean, that pretty much nullifies, like, one unit of Chosen, right? So let's keep moving around, And in the meantime, just, I guess, yeah, Archie's just going to have to go the old-fashioned way. I'm just going to actually Buna the Chosen. I kind of want to see what it does. I mean, I haven't used Buna in a long time, so I want to see if it's still the spell that it, used to be, putting terror into the hearts of mortal foes. I mean, they still are mortals. They're just basically chaos dudes. All right, let's charge him with the spiders. We could just send one Spider Rider in. We're just trying to, like, disconjoint his army a little bit and, like, tax his micro. So there we get a little bit of stress. The Spider Rider's going to jump on one of his skirmish cavalry. Our main line is just kind of chilling. The Buna did go down with the Chosen, and they're taking a bit of work, which is great. All right, Spider Rider's pulling back. We get a nice concave fire here. Keep circling around the back of the army. Pull the Spider Riders up and just get ready to party with the Black Orcs. Now, Azag does have the item that gives melee attack, so yeah, if we can run Archaon, like, far away and just get him, somewhere else, it isn't going to be as concerning for us. That would be really, really nice. All right, let's charge in here, see if he's on skirmish mode. He might not be. We'll go ahead and pile in and start shooting the skirmishers here, pull these Spider Riders back in, and good, we get a little bit of a charge, putting damage on his skirmishers, slowly trying to take the edge in that skirmish game. I could charge in Azag here, but I think it's a little bit risky. I'm going to get all of our archers and have them just open up on the armored chaos trolls. I do have rusty arrows there, so that should be pretty good. All right, so skirmishers pulling back, archers shooting. We got the Dirkit Squig Hoppers ready to support. And let's pull in your boy Azag now. A nice pullback from my opponent there. He's able to kind of dodge those shots initially. So we're just going to switch into the Marauders for now and just do what we can. All right, some more flanking is coming in. Archie's going to get charged by the Black Orcs. Let's go ahead and try and dodge that Burning Head, which I kind of saw coming. I mean, let's see if I can dodge it or just accidentally run into it, which would be even better. But the Black Orcs seem to be doing okay. We'll go here, and oh man, it still got my Rusty Arrows. I don't know how that happened. Well, Azag's pulling in. You guys need to keep pressuring here, and the Rusty Arrows can switch onto the Trolls here. Fanatics, we could drop the ball in chains. We have our Spider Riders, and our backfield play was a little bit haggard there, but it is what it is. Black Orcs have won their respective fights, and now we can get Azag piling in and try and get like a terror route on these guys. The Black Orcs have a couple ugly fights going on, like versus all the Trolls and things like that. Okay, we can pressure the Skirmishers, get the Spider Riders around the back, and the Squig Hoppers can go right up the center. Azag able to break those Trolls, which is nice. Now we need to get one of the Spider Riders and put them in group 5 and have them just chase those Trolls off to make sure they don't come back. Certainly something I've been trying to practice and get better at. So, Skirmish Cavalry chasing down his Skirmish Cav. Let's pull you guys back and away. The Black Orcs have won their fight pretty decisively. Now let's get the Black Orcs onto the more beat units here and get these Spider Riders collapsing to them. And unfortunately, I didn't use my ball and chain quick enough, and we're going to be paying the price. Yeah, so good. So far, so good. Honestly, you know, if he wants to play the skirmish game, I think we can actually sandwich him here and make him pay the price. Try and dodge that. Oh, they were already dodging it, and I started to like pull them back into it. So I think I have some rusty arrows here. So we're going to go ahead and smoke bomb Archaon, attack him with Azag a little bit. Drop a Spirit Leech on him, and then that'll just give us a moment to like regroup our forces, and then we're just going to pull back. So we'll get like one attack. We'll pull back and retreat. Archers need to go ahead and restructure themselves, and in the backfield, the skirmish went good. So now's a good time to pop the wall. We're embroiled in combat everywhere. Archaon did get a little bit of damage in there, but for the most part, we're routing most of his army. I think I think we're in a pretty good position. We can have the Spider Riders also shoot there. Looking for chosen halberds or Chaos Warrior halberds are good enough. We're not gonna, we're not gonna be picky here. So in the backfield, the skirmishers did pretty good. They did get caught up by some of the chosen, which is unfortunate. Squig Hopper is a little bit tied up in sustained combat in the front, but not a problem. These trolls are shattered, so now we can just chase marauders. But that's going to be it. Looks like Archaon's trapped, and most of the army was routed at that point. So I like that build. Thought it was good. It seemed to have answers for a lot of the stuff. That is another kind of methodology I've been seeing for dealing with Blackworks, is using trolls. Although I don't know about the armored trolls. I guess the armored trolls are better against like Biggins and Savage Orc Biggins, which people do use. So I can see the angle of that. Also more durable against my missile poke, right? Like most of the missiles here are not armor piercing. But Azag was a beast for sure. Black Orcs won pretty much all their fights once we focused on the trolls a little bit. Archers did fine, but really the skirmish cavalry, they didn't get like crazy good value, but they were very like obnoxious on the battlefield, like causing micro issues and really just taking the damage to a lot of those bad boys. So well played, my opponent. That's it. That's the series. That was a 2-0 on Anticity's Ladder. If you guys haven't seen that, make sure to check it out. You could join my Discord, which I'll try and remember to put a link down below. But basically, Anticity has created a ladder system. It has like an elo system and everything. It's pretty cool. So currently I think I'm doing like my placement matches or something. I'm not sure. But you just queue up and join. It matches you against great players. It gives you maps, rules. It's really cool stuff. So make sure to check that out. I'll probably do a video on it another time, although I think we already did one. Shit, I can't remember. All right, that's it. Take care of yourselves. Well played to Altharian Shades. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the showdown, and we'll see you next time. Take care.